And do you like directing more on film versus TV? Because that's what I always hear about directors is, you have you have more power in film than TV, or is that changing?
I think it's changing. I think it's changing. It's there's not that same delineation that there used to be between TV and film. TV is incredibly cinematic these days.
Yeah.
And pushing a lot of boundaries, and it's just faster, honestly.
Yeah,
it's
right.
like so much faster to get a TV show going or to get a spot directing on a TV show than to get a feature off the ground.
Sure.
But I honestly I'm very, I get excited by all different media.
Sure.
And in terms of format, form, length, genre, I like to really approach my career the way actors approach their careers, where you could do like a superhero movie and then you could go do like an art house indie.
Yeah.
And that's what I really enjoy. It's like, I get bored doing the same thing over and over again, so I like to branch out.
How did Meralta Films get its name? So you've told us the Natasha story. Tell us about Meralta Films. I'm always interested in how people come up with their names of their production companies.
So it's another good story. So Meralta, the theater we were talking about, my parents in the 70s leased a single screen movie theater in Culver City, and that became the first theater to exhibit Hindi films in the US. And it was really a place where like the community came together, and there are people who are friends to this day, who have been friends for 30, 40 years, who met at that
50
theater.
years.
50 years, yeah. Exactly, wow, shit.
I know, it's half a century. I know, it's so crazy to think about, because we're so used to saying 30, 40,
yeah, exactly.
It's literally over half a century.
We've been here a minute.
Yeah.
But the people who met at that theater and who kind of bonded, through that experience. And it was just, and it was also how my father got his start in the film business. The theater was called the Meralta Theater.
Oh, wow.
So it's now an office complex called the Meralta Office Complex.
So the name lives on.
The name lives on, also through my company. So
yeah.
All of the things that the theater represented are things that I try to embody in my work and in my company. So it felt like the perfect name.
It is such a claim to fame that your family is the first one to exhibit these Hindi films in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a legacy.
It is, yeah. It's amazing. And one day I'll write a novel about it.
Yeah, as you should. And then you can contact my brother, since he's a novelist as well as a publisher of novels.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's done a few things, which has been pretty crazy. Your work, in marketing they say target everybody and target nobody, right? Your work, you have St. Louis Superman, which is a documentary about a black man in St. Louis, of course, in Missouri, state representative in Missouri, the Show Me State. Yeah. And then you also have done a lot of things that are in the Desi space, the South Asian space, et cetera. So you're not limited only to the Desi space. But that said, knowing that your work will be seen globally by people that are not South Asian, how does that influence the projects you choose and the approach that you take when you direct and produce?
I guess it's not something I'm conscious of at all, because, I think that's just the space that so many of us occupy. Like those kind of traditional walls between domestic, international, et cetera, are falling, a lot thanks to streaming, honestly. And even just as a person, I am Indian, I'm American, I'm a woman, I'm a human being, a millennial, like a human being in this world. And each of those, facets of my identity attract different interests, right? So I pursue things that I'm interested in and things that I feel like I can sort of explore some facet of humanity through, that's sort of the only through line, in all my work is trying to like ask big questions about the world we live in, about who we are as people. And I can do that through a dating show, or I can do that through, an arty, documentary. And all of it excites me and all of it informs me. I find all of it as intellectually rigorous. So, because, everything speaks to sort of a different, part of my identity. The best advice I've ever gotten, from another filmmaker I got from Shekhar Kapoor, where he says, you have to see yourself in everything that you make. And that can come in many different ways, but you have to sort of find yourself, and that's how work feels authentic and it feels real, and you're asking the right questions. And that's really what I look for, is what aspect of my identity or my curiosity am I seeing in this work? And that's sort of been my North Star.